Hello, hello, hello. It's me, your boy, Rocky the Third. I don't know how intros work anymore. I know it's been over a month. I've been busy as always. It is, as of recording, a couple weeks until I complete my degree and graduate. So hopefully we'll have time after that. I am busy in the summer. So as much as I wanted to get a video done in March, it wasn't working out. I was sick for half the time just because Texas weather likes to go up and down for no reason. And it was crazy, like all of February and March. And then April, this whole month has just been rain, which is great, April showers, but I mean like heavy rain. Like I gotta go mow the lawn again, and I just did like 2 weeks ago. Also, my birthday is in March, so I am older now, but that doesn't mean much. I'm still me. Regardless of all that, I didn't want to leave y'all hanging. I chose an easy Pokemon design this month, just so that I could, fit it in with finals and all of that. So let's just cut to the chase. It was a warm summer day, just like any other. And I'm just kidding, I do not have the time or energy to edit all that. So yeah, we'll just deal with it. As I was saying, it was the summer of 2021 and I was watching a live stream of Moxie2D, this wonderful, fantastic streamer on YouTube and Twitch. He's also our SFK, no context. And in that day, he was playing a randomized Nuzlocke with randomized typings as well. For this Nuzlocke, Moxie would catch the Pokemon and draw it if it were to be on his team, but there were some that he didn't draw. So I wrote some of them down, and we're going to be focusing on the first one.
Oh, interesting. A poison type Swablu.
By the way, if you're watching this, Moxie, thank you so much for inspiring this design, and you still owe me a chibi art from 2021, so get on that. Flash forward to 2023 when I finally had time to get to this one, and I did. So I sketched a lot, knowing exactly what I wanted to do, and well, the wings took a while, but I got there eventually, and landed on this. Yep. Blue's a little darker, more silverish, but more white, different colored wings. The wing shape is slightly different. But yeah, and just to push the typing a little more, in my final render, I added toxic fumes. And if you look closely, you can also see skull and bones, which is really cool. But now, we're revamping a little bit. Now for the speed draw. That was a bad transition. Yes, I know. It's truly embarrassing to recognize the fact that this is a speed draw and I keep forgetting that's what it's called. Anyway, I didn't really change much for the revamp. The main things different to normal Swablu are the colors and appearance, and that's what defines a Retype, so duh. I tried to change the wings to be less round and fluffy, and more of an oriental haze or mist pattern as you can see, but it wasn't really translating as well as I'd hoped, so we're sticking to whatever this was. Style the feathers, add a bit of makeup, et voila! Beware the beautiful poison flying type Swablu. Swablu has light and fluffy wings like rolling clouds. It exudes a deceptively sweet toxin sequestered in its plumage, subduing foes and prey with fragrant fumes before striking with its sharp beak. It likes to perch on people's heads like a fancy hat. Diluting its toxin with a special process can produce a high-grade perfume. Affluent ladies prize Swablu for its elegant beauty and pleasant scent. Once I got around to designing the poison Swablu, I started off with some research on toxins that are deceptive or come across as, safe, but aren't. Something like benzene, which is a colorless or sometimes light yellow, very flammable liquid chemical, hence the wing color and the fact that it's a poison. It can be found in a variety of industries, mostly to make things like plastics, styrofoam, drugs, or pesticides, dyes, that kind of stuff. However, most people will recognize it by its sweet scent, which is typically encountered in mundane things like gasoline and cigarette smoke. Tantalizing as it may be, simply inhaling the toxic fumes for a short period of time can cause dizziness, drowsiness, and headaches, but heavy or long-term exposure can cause severe issues like cancer or even death. I thought Mega Dragalge was the only cancer-inducing creature. Like I said, it took a long time to actually decide on what the wings were going to look like. I really wanted to go for this Kasumi style looking pattern, which is like haze or mist in Japanese or other Asian cultures, but it wasn't working out as well as I'd hoped. So I leaned a little bit more into clouds, something like a stratocumulus or even shelf clouds, which you can see right before a storm. A beautiful sight before something very destructive. Just like the normal Swablu, mine also looks like a hat when it sits on people's heads. However, mine's more of a little fascinator hat. These are small decorative hats, primarily designed for
fashion.
They're often adorned with feathers, lace, or silk, and who knows what else fancy people like, I thought it would be really cool for my Swablu to create a veil whenever it's worn as a hat. And don't worry, totally safe, just like in the Pokemon world, these creatures can control how deadly they can be. Unlike in the real world, where we do have real poisonous birds. A few species from New Guinea, like the hooded petahui and blue capped Ifrita, contain batrachotoxin, the same potent neurotoxin found in poison dart frogs. Just a touch can cause numbness or a burning sensation. These birds obtain the toxin from eating poisonous insects, which then concentrates in their feathers and skin. While researching these dangerous birds, I remembered an episode from Wildcrats where they came across a shrike. While they're not true raptors, these cute songbirds are considered lethal birds of prey. Known as butcher birds, loggerhead shrikes impale their prey onto thorns and barbed wire, making it easier to pull apart and cache meals. They primarily feed on bugs, but are known to hunt down lizards, mice, and even other birds. With all the research on deadly toxins, deception, and cute little birds, my head was constantly going to the idea of a femme fatale. French for deadly or fatal woman, this is an archetype appearing in history, mythology, literature, film, and other forms of art. She uses her beauty, intelligence, seduction, and deception to get whatever she wants and lure others down a dark path or even their untimely demise. Or my 2-year-old niece who really thinks she can get out of trouble or get whatever she wants just by batting her lashes and smiling. The more known stereotypical depiction was popularized and stylized during the film noir era of the 1940s and 50s. These darker, cynical films were full of mysteries, detectives, and the leading lady herself. These films were mostly based on uncertainty surrounding changing gender roles and social unease following World War II and the Great Depression, along with the rising tensions of the Cold War. And that's how I ended up with this design. An insidious bird behind the veil of elegance, sitting on your head, slowly killing you. Here's that doodle page. That's not a Mega Clefable, that's Clefable wearing a hat. Oh, it says Swablu. Yeah, I have no energy today, but that's okay. There's the spies over there in the corner. Kind of stupid to have fire near that bird, but oh well. Got hats in the corner. That's literally the only reason I drew them is because they're all hats. Fritzy and Swablu would absolutely be friends and cause so much havoc around the city. This page is very unbalanced and I hate that. But that's okay. Alright, I really need a nap, so goodbye. By the way, I snuck in some dex entry pieces from other real Pokemon. So if you think you know what they are, throw them in the comments. No, Swablu does not count. That one's obvious. I always do that. Feel free to hit the like button if you like the art or for literally any reason. If you don't, that's perfectly fine too. But you have to subscribe, because if I miss another month, I'll probably notify, or not. And lastly, links in the description to Moxie and of course the music that I used. So go do that. Go throw a bunch of SFKs in his chats for no good reason other than the fact that no context. But he will know the context. That's what makes it funny. Now I need to go pull a cheesecake out of the oven. I will see y'all later. Yeah. It's the day after the storm, and I'm alive. We only have like rain over here, so it's okay. The cheesecake came out pretty good. The crust was a bit soggy, but that's just because I baked it a little different. Pokopia looked very fun. I'm not gonna get it. I don't even have Switch 2, so couldn't if I wanted to. But I don't have the same time I did back in COVID with Animal Crossing, so sadly enough. However, champions, I could or couldn't care less because I'm not that kind of gamer. So that's irrelevant. The Super Mario Galaxy movie, not as good as the first one, but definitely worth the watch. Go do that. Anyway, politics has been really crazy, so you know how that goes. Alright, see you later. Bye!